Vulcan Science Academy once believed that time travel was impossible. They were proven wrong in this regard. Myths and legends often hold some truth, illogical as they may be.
Most Chiss do not experience the Force, but those who have such affinity to it are assigned suitable tasks. Navigating the uncharted regions of deep space, for instance. As we navigate through the variations of ancient Earth, we see quite the number worshipping gods they do not know.
I once had an encounter with a being claiming to be the Greek god Apollo, a bold claim, though this was never properly verified.
When and where did you meet Apollo, Elf? None have ever seen him since the destruction of Olympus. He may even be as good as dead.
As far as descriptions of aliens go, calling a Vulcan an elf isn't as insulting. If you are wondering, brute, I am no ice giant.
I would appreciate it if you people from the stars visit more discreetly. The common folk are confusing aliens with gods.
To ancient peoples, there is little difference between the two. What trouble would our presence make?
Perhaps the Admiral speaks out of turn. I presume you're a god of sorts? If that presumption is true, our mere presence alone affects the people he resides over, which is a cause for concern.
If you are indeed a god, do not take offense that I do not bow or worship you.
Curious. Your artifacts appear to be Hellenic in origin, yet you are in a region of Scandinavia, where Nordic gods such as Odin are worshipped.
I am Kratos, god of war, and now All-Father. I once slaughtered the gods of Olympus and won a victory against Odin.
A god of war? So soldiers worshipped you for victory in battle? It might as well be a flip of a coin. Such was the way of less enlightened minds. But who am I to judge?
They may not be the brightest naval tacticians like the Athenians, but the Spartan warriors are brave. And victory was still won by their hands nonetheless, despite their worship.
Then what would the role of a god be, if not worship? Many races have outgrown the need for God.
To be a guiding hand for the lost and a fountain of water for the thirsty. It is the responsibility of a god. Humans can barely survive on their own in these hostile realms, let alone fly the stars. I know because I was once mortal.
A demigod. Interesting. But of what use is being immortal when everything around you dies and withers?
As I said, a god has his responsibility.
A god of war serves no purposes in peacetime.
That is why this axe is now for chopping trees and building houses, though it has relieved the heads of many men.
These humans you reside over are still in the pre-industrial age. If I were to assume a similar timeline to my Earth, it would be 1,000 more years before they would cease worship.
They may still find a need for wisdom from an ancient mind, alien. I have little use for worship, but I will delight in providing assistance for the weak.
And what if there aren't any more weak humans, god of war?
When a Spartan is born, he does not immediately go to battle. He is disciplined, trained, learns to survive under harsh conditions. A man is not born, a child is. Weak and innocent, in need of parents. To a god, the oldest human is but a child in his eyes.
But eventually, a child will grow to be an adult, living apart from his parents.
Living apart they may be, but the son will always have a father, and he will be a father himself. Age does not change with that. One day they will cease to worship and inherit the responsibility to aid those lesser than them.